Hey Argo fans, Daniele Franceschi joining you with the Argos Admirals, and we can finally say that Week 1 has arrived. That's right. This Friday night, your Toronto Argonauts will take on the Hamilton Tiger Cats in Week 1 action of the 2013 CFL regular season. Now, for those of you attending the game, we want you to be there at around 6:45 p.m. for a special banner-raising ceremony commemorating the 100th Grey Cup Championship season of 2012. As you can see, the banner raised up to the rafters in the Rogers Center and witness history as the team begins their road to repeat for back-to-back Grey Cup championships in 2013. The big news from Argonauts practice this week came on Tuesday when the team announced a contract extension for CFL Most Outstanding Player Chad Owens to remain in Double Blue for another 2 years, which will take him through the 2014 CFL season. I had the opportunity to speak with Chad before Friday's game to get his thoughts as well on the matchup against the Hamilton Tiger Cats and his new contract.
It's special, this is where I became me, right, in this league. And like I said yesterday, I have a lot of, awesome friends now here, teammates, coaches, and like I said, the people of this city have embraced me and my family. So it just feels good knowing that I'm gonna be here, for a couple years, along with some of these great guys, man. We're trying to build something here, and we're trying to go on a run. And I definitely, I'm honored to have been a part of this thing the past 3 years. And last year winning it was special. So I want to continue to be a part of this run that we're trying to make. I mean, we just hope to go out there and score points. I mean, that's offensively, that's got to be your mindset, right? You're an offense. You're trying to move forward. So my hopes and our hopes as an offense is to go out there and score on our first possession, and score on the next possession and the next possession. I mean, if you're not thinking that way as an offense, you really don't have confidence in yourself. So it comes down to having confidence and executing your assignments properly.
Offensively, there'll be many familiar faces. The team will look to improve upon what they did in preseason and training camp, which saw them only get limited action in preseason game number 2 against the Montreal Alouettes. Ricky Ray was 0 for 3 in that football game on a few drives, and after that, it was off to the second, third, and fourth stringers, trying to decide the team's backup quarterback job, and as well with the many other positions up for grabs in that game. Of course, the keys to the Argonauts offense will come from Ricky Ray, who will be under center beginning his second season as a member of the Argonauts. Chad Owens looking to build upon his outstanding reigning most outstanding player season in 2012, which saw him set career highs in receptions, yardage, and touchdowns, and of course set the professional football record for all-purpose yards in a single season, beating out Michael Pinball Clemens' previous record in 1997 of 3,840 yards. While Argonauts head coach Scott Milanovich is confident in his team's offensive ability, he still believes that the group will need to make in-game adjustments as Friday's game progresses, considering the fact that they are taking on a revamped Tiger Cats defense and have to adjust to Kent Austin's new defensive mindset.
Spent some time with Orlando, and I've played against him in the past, and we're preparing for everything, and we expect to make the adjustments in game to what we have to do based on what they're doing defensively. Offensively, Chris has, I'm sure, gone back and looked at a lot of different things that Kent's done offensively. I think early in the season, there's more in-game adjustments that have to happen because you're less familiar with what a defense in my instance is going to do to you. And fortunately, we've always carried a lot of plays, so we're able to put in a lot of things that can kind of cover our bases in case we get something that we maybe weren't expecting. So hopefully we'll recognize what's going on quickly and get them into the right place.
Defensively, there'll be plenty of new faces out on the Argonauts secondary and defensive line. Both are youthful and inexperienced units. However, plenty of talent both on the back end and in the front. Everything comes together with the linebacking core of Robert McCoon, Brandon Isaac, and Marcus Ball, which both General Manager Jim Barker and head coach Scott Milanovich believe can hold this defense together, along with Chris Jones' guidance. On the defensive line, of course, Khalif Mitchell entering his first season as a member of the Argonauts. They also have Jonathan Williams, who has impressed in training camp and in preseason, showing great strides and looks like he's going to be a great fit on the defensive line. In the secondary, Pat Watkins is back. It appears that he will play on Friday, which is a great sign as he joins Jaleel Carter and Matt Black as the only two defensive backs that were members of the secondary in 2012. As for the visiting Hamilton Tiger Cats, head coach Ken Austin is entering his first season at the helm in Hamilton with a new philosophy of playing fast, playing physical, being smart, and just simply being prepared. You can expect a very prepared and motivated Tiger Cat squad on Friday night at the Rogers Center. After having a disappointing campaign in 2012, they're looking to rebound and show that they can be beasts of the East in 2013. They've bolstered their defense, which was a major issue for them last year. They've added to both the defensive line, the linebacking core, and in the secondary, where there'll be a familiar face for Argonaut fans as Evan McCullough makes his return to the Rogers Center, looking to get revenge on his former football club after winning the Grey Cup last year and moving over to the black and gold. As for defensive coordinator Orlando Steinauer, it's also a return for him to the Rogers Center. He was the defensive backs coach for the Argonauts last year, very familiar with Evan McCullough, very familiar with Scott Milanovich and the Argonauts offense, maybe offering a little bit of an advantage in terms of being able to understand what the Argonauts might bring offensively and even on the defensive side, as he was part of Chris Jones' staff. In terms of keys to the season for both the Ticats and Argonauts, of course, things start offensively. For the Ticats, it's Henry Burris and that high-powered offense that needs to show off that they can be an elite team in the Eastern Division. As for the Argonauts, of course, Ricky Ray, Chad Cacker coming off his MVP Grey Cup victory. They're going to need to carry the load offensively. Chad Owens, of course, needs to try and be a triple threat like he was last year, doing it in the receiving game as a kick returner and a punt returner. Did not record his first return touchdown until the playoffs of 2012, in which he returned a punt against the Edmonton Eskimos for a touchdown. He was tremendous as a receiver. We'll see if Chad Owens can replicate what he did last year. He said his main goal to not drop a football, which is considering is a big challenge, and Chad always wants to look for the next big challenge. He's looking for more in 2013. The Argonauts have a really good linebacking core, as I mentioned earlier. Robert McCoon, Marcus Ball, and Brendan Isaac are going to be leaned heavily to carry the defensive load for this football team, along with the guidance of Chris Jones. For the Hamilton Tiger Cats, it's a new secondary after a dismal year which saw them pretty much be the worst pass defense in the entire Canadian Football League. They scored the most points on offense. However, defensively, they could not pick up their offense, and that hurt them in the long run, ultimately leaving them out of the playoffs. And so the journey begins on Friday night at Rogers Center. 7 p.m. is kickoff. Of course, we want you to be there at least by 6:45 p.m. to witness the banner-raising ceremony. Round 1 of the Battle of Ontario is set. It is week 1 of the 2013 CFL regular season, and we can't wait to get this underway. The best rivalry in the Canadian Football League, the Argos hosting the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and we'll see you all there, Argos fans.